Continuing where we left off. Percocet. What can I say about Percocet? My god, if I had never encountered that, I probably wouldn't be where I am today. And usually when people say that, they mean it in a good way. They never would have gotten that job promotion, they never would have caught the ball, they never would have met the girl. For me, I never would have... Well, you'll have to find out. About 2 years ago, I had herniated 3 of my discs in my back. My L4, L5, and S1 discs were all very, very damaged. But, because I'm in Canada, while the MRI was free, it took a year to get. And so for that long year, my family doctor had me on Percocet for pain management. Now this was 2 years ago when they were still handing out Percocet and opiates like candy. And for a 21-year-old boy, it was a catastrophe. Percocet doesn't make you feel high necessarily. It makes you feel normal. It makes you feel like you're not in pain. It makes everything just feel better. And that's a trap. It really is, because when everything just feels okay, it's easy to crave it. And that's what happened to me. I started from taking 1 a day for pain to taking 12 a day just to feel normal again. And at first it was slow, and I didn't really notice there was a problem until one day I ran out of Percocet. And I missed a day. Then the sweating started. I knew about opioid addictions. I knew about how addicting these substances were, and I thought I was fine. I'm 21, I was indestructible. You know, I drank, I partied, I thought it was fine. And then one day I ran out of Percocet, and I started sweating. And that normalcy, that lack of pain, it vanished. Came back full force in agony. And there was nothing I could do about it. So I got more Percocet. And then 12 perks a day stopped doing it for me too, so I started drinking with them. Then I started mixing them with cocaine. Then I really started to crave them. And then finally I got my surgery, and my discs ended up severing the sensory nerves for the right side of my body. So I can still move everything, but I can't really feel. You know when you fall asleep on your arm, you get pins and needles? It's like that, but permanent. It's as pleasant as that sounds. I would never wish Percocet on any living man or child or woman. And if I could go back in time and say, just hold on, don't take it, I would have. Instead, I started mixing it with everything. And instead of just having a line of Coke when I wanted to go out, I started having a gram, too. And it's not cheap. In Canada at the time, 2 years ago, it was probably $80 a gram. I think now it's closer to $100. And there's so much risk. If you're listening to this in 2018, you must have heard about fentanyl and how it kills. And it does. You go into respiratory depression, you stop breathing. And you die with a smile on your face because you feel normal. Because that's what you're craving. You're not craving a high with Percocet. You're not craving a feeling. You're craving normal. See, with cocaine, I can always justify saying, "Oh, I used to do it to party. Oh, I used to do it to have fun." Percocet I took so I could feel like I was alive. And that's a problem. So 4 months of this passed. We're in November of 2016. By this point, I had just dropped out of engineering. I was on a tenuous at best relationship with my girlfriend. I started lying and cheating to hide that I was addicted to all these substances, but I refused to admit I had a problem. I was financially above water. I was able to pay the rent to my father. I still had my car I could fuel up. I could still buy my booze. And my God, I spent so much. We went to the Veld Music Festival in that same summer. The summer of 2017. It was 2016. No, 2017. And we maybe spent $2,000 total on drugs and alcohol, on Molly, on Percocet, on cocaine, all of it. This was 2 weeks out of the hospital from my surgery. I was raving in Toronto. It's hard to put it in perspective if you haven't experienced it. It's really quite difficult because you would think you'd be able to stop. You would think you'd take one look at yourself, notice that you're losing 40, 50 pounds, that you're not able to eat, you're not able to sleep, you're not able to go to work, you can't function without these substances. You'd think that would be easy to understand. But it's not. Everything in your body tells you, I need this. More than food, more than water, more than people, more than love. It becomes your life. And I was weak. And I didn't stand a chance. Addiction is scary like that. It can sneak up on you, even when you have the best intentions. And I was young. And now I have to pay the price for it.